Hi there, my name is Santiago and welcome back to my YouTube channel. A lot of you have been asking me to talk about my MCAT, how I studied for it, what my experience was like. So in today's video, that's exactly what we're gonna do. But before we get into that, I know that the AMCAS application is just a few weeks away, and I know a lot of you are probably stressed, so I just wanna let you guys know that I do have a video about my MCAS experiences, which of course you can check out, as well as a video about the personal statement. I would be more than happy to read your personal statements. I just ask that you check out my personal statement video, which you can check out here. Go ahead and show that video some love, give it a thumbs up, maybe a comment. Just send me your personal statement and I'd be more than happy to read it over. As always, if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Doing those things really increases my engagement and helps me reach a larger audience. And without those things, it's just harder to do that. So do your boy a favor and do those things. Por favor. Okay, cool. So in this video, like I said, I'm gonna talk about how I studied for the MCAT, as well as what my MCAT experiences were. You'll find timestamps down below so you can navigate the video however you want. To start off, the biggest thing I wanna say is I wasted so much time by the way that I studied for the MCAT, and that's why I kind of procrastinated making this video. I really asked myself, like, why should I give advice? Because there's so many people out there who have already made this video, who have already given great strategies to study for the MCAT. But then I thought to myself, I'm gonna share my experiences because what I did is something that you should really avoid, and then how I corrected myself and how I fixed the way I studied is something that you guys can learn from. So yeah, in the beginning, like I said, I wasted so much time by the way I was studying. Based off my pre-med friends, I knew or had been told that content review was a very crucial and very important part to the MCAT and taking the MCAT. So that's what I did in the beginning. I tried to do the Kaplan 3-month study program that they have on their website. You can check it out here. As you can see, they really list out what you should be focusing on each week. They break down what you should do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And this is what I did for a great part of my MCAT studying in the beginning. But as my MCAT date was approaching, I quickly realized I did not feel prepared. I had only gone through, let's say, half of my Kaplan review. I still had so many more chapters to do, so much more content review to do, and I didn't feel confident. So I canceled that date and scheduled it for like 6 months after that. And then I tried again to do that Kaplan study review, really cranking down in my studies while also being an undergraduate student with all of these extracurriculars that I was doing. But again, there I was really forcing myself to get through the chapters, doing the content review, but not feeling like I was reviewing content, if that makes sense. And like I said, it was just a waste of time. I ended up having to postpone my second date after canceling it that first time, so just a waste of time. So big question is, where did I go wrong? And to answer that, it was really focusing on content review the wrong way. Doing that Kaplan 3-month study guide, I guess, is a good starting point for many of you out there, but it was not for me. It was, in the simplest of terms, too much content review, not enough practice questions. It's not enough to just review material. It's not enough to just read chapters and make flashcards, learn this definition and learn this algebraic equation. You really have to apply the concepts that you're reading through and that you're studying, and really ask yourself, am I understanding these concepts, and am I really mastering these questions and these topics? For me, that was a big no. I was just doing the Kaplan questions at the end of the chapter, which, to be honest, aren't even that great of questions, and whose answers and explanations really don't go in depth enough. That's where I went wrong. I've only focused on Kaplan and wasted literally months, maybe a whole year, trying to do something that wasn't working out for me. So how did I correct this? How did I fix my studying? The biggest resource you can have, or at least the one that helped me the most, was UWorld. I talk about this in my cars video, which you can check out here. I explain how I made a 130 and give tips there, but essentially UWorld really did save my MCAT score. They have tons of practice questions with amazing explanations. Like, honestly, the way I'm about to talk about UWorld, I should get a sponsor. It is a bit pricey, which is the only drawback, but they have tons of questions, like I said, with amazing explanations. So each day I would practice, I would say, about 45 questions on a certain topic, do those questions and read through passages with plenty of time. So I would look up a passage, I would read it through, then answer one question and read through the explanation. I would really try to understand why an answer was the correct answer and why the other answers weren't that great. And fortunately, UWorld does an exceptional job of allowing students to have plenty of material to look over with, like I said, amazing explanations with diagrams, pictures, and yeah, great explanations. Doing this was not just quizzing myself with questions and topics, but it was also essentially content review because I was reaffirming topics that I was feeling confident about while also strengthening those topics that I really needed extra practice in. So yeah, that's what I did, and a weekly schedule probably looked something like this. You can pause the video here if you want to look at it. Besides that resource, I also used the AAMC practice material that they have. I was a lower income student, so I got these material for free. It was pretty helpful. My only, I guess, drawback to those would be that the questions that you get there are a lot easier than the questions that I saw on my MCAT, and the explanations really aren't that great. They'll be like, A is the best answer because it is the definition of what electromagnetic radiation is. And it's like, okay, sure, that's cool, but when I'm comparing that answer to C, why is C not the right answer? Why is A stronger answer? That's the only drawback to the AAMC questions. So yeah, I would use UWorld, I would use the AAMC, and then about 6 weeks before my MCAT date, I started doing practice exams every Friday. I felt like that was really helping me because it was gauging where I was in terms of my growth in certain topics and still which subjects I needed to spend some extra time in and fine-tune my understanding of the material that I was reading. Ultimately, doing this is how I got a 511, which is a score that I was really proud of, especially because my first diagnostic score was a 498, if you can believe it. So I went from a 498 to a 511 by doing these things. Not the Kaplan. I cannot believe I spent so much money on the Kaplan books. Not helpful, not useful, waste of money, waste of time. So yeah, that's where I went wrong, how I fixed my studying, but what would I do differently if I could do it again? Which thankfully, praise the Lord, praise all the gods, I do not have to do that. But if I did, what would I do differently? Well, for starters, I would practice everything. I also mentioned this in my MCAS video where I talk about my experiences, but also briefly talk about my MCAT score. I didn't do as hot as I probably would have if I had studied OChem. My entire chemistry section was brought down by a lot because there were so many OChem questions on my chemistry portion of my MCAT exam that I just completely blanked on. I just didn't study OChem at all. In undergrad, I found that OChem was a pretty easy class for me. Of course I studied, of course I was stressed, but the material just made sense to me, and it was easier than most people's experience with OChem. So when I was studying for the MCAT, I focused on other portions of the exam and didn't really focus on OChem as much as I should have. So yeah, come day of my exam, here's all these OChem questions. I'm drawing a blank, I'm guessing. Didn't do that hot in the chemistry section, which ultimately brought down my MCAT score. So my advice to you, based off what I would do better, is practice everything. Even if you feel confident, let's say in the behavioral section, which is usually people's the easiest section for them, I would still practice questions because there might be this one topic that you just didn't look over, or you didn't even glance at. Missing 2 or 3 questions based off that topic would bring down your score. If you can bring all your scores up, even by a few points, ultimately that elevates your MCAT score and gives you a score that you feel confident in and proud of, and one that you can use in your AMCAS application when you apply to medical school and just feel ready to go. Then the second thing that I would do differently is not put so much stress on myself. Yes, the MCAT is important when it comes to med school. Yes, you need to have a good score, but ultimately, based off my experience this application cycle, interviewing with different schools, it's not the end all be all. Schools recognize that doctors and medical students will be so much more than these 3 digits on an exam. You are your extracurricular activities, you are where you volunteer, you are your GPA, you are your coursework. All of those things are parts of who you are and parts of your application, as well as the MCAT. So yeah, I just wish I hadn't put so much stress on myself because everything else was fine. Everything else was great. I mean, just look at what they've done with the step 1. It's moved to pass and fail. Whoever is on charge has noticed that a number doesn't dictate how great of a doctor you will be. So don't be discouraged if the MCAT isn't your greatest part of your AMCAS application. It's just a portion of it. There is more to you, more to your application. Sweet. So really quickly, what was my personal experience like? I've shared in my channel here, I took it during COVID, so it was a shortened exam. But the reason I want to bring that up is because that's the way the MCAT should be moving forward. If my 5.5-hour exam was still able to dictate my competency as a pre-medical student and therefore as a medical student, then that should be enough moving forward. It really should. It's less stressful than than an 8-hour exam, but still does the equivalent of that exam. So, and then another thing that took me a while to feel in my own personal experience with the MCAT, but one that I've really tried to tell all of you who have reached out to me, is that you should feel very prideful in yourself. You should feel very, just so much pride in the fact that you're even willing to do this MCAT exam, that you've taken the courage to say, I want to be a doctor and I am willing to put in the work to get there. So few people are willing to get to this point that you should really be proud of yourself, because I know that your friends and family, they feel those things for you. You should also feel it for yourself. Awesome, so that's how I studied for the MCAT, and that was my experience. I'll put links down below for you to check out. They're all gonna be useful, so please do if you're taking the MCAT. And yeah, if you have a personal statement that you want me to read over, go check out that video that I recommended to you and send me an email. I'm looking forward to reading more. I already read a couple of yours, and yeah, I'm so proud of all of you who have reached out to me. You guys are doing exceptional things, and I can't wait to call you guys colleagues in the near future. In the next video, I'm really hoping to do that second look video at UCLA specifically for you guys. It's taken me a while to do it. I didn't realize how much work it was going to be, but I think it'll be very useful for all of you applicants when it does come out. Stay tuned for that. As always, please take care of yourselves, get vaccinated, get your families vaccinated, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Adios.